Before we get to the news, this is an urgent message. Before watching this report, please subscribe to our backup channel. The link is in the description below. Thank you. Some breaking news now. A major announcement from Ted Cruz. He just dropped a border bombshell on the Democrats. There is no way out of this one. Jim Hoft for the Gateway Pundit reports that Democrats, they love to spend your money, but they refuse to defend you. 55,000 opioid deaths a year is a, quote, manufactured crisis. Thousands of illegal alien homicides is a manufactured crisis. Americans, we know better. And Ted Cruz wants to take action. Cruz discussed his El Chapo Act on the Daily Caller over the weekend. Take a look at this clip.
They say we don't have the money to spend on a wall. Now, set aside for a second. This is the first time in history. Think of every spending program that's ever been. It's the first time in history Democrats have ever said we didn't have the money to spend something. Set that aside. They say in particular, we don't have the money to build a wall. Well, I thought about that and tried to say, all right, is there a solution? Is there a way to do it? And you know what? There is a way to build the wall without one penny of taxpayer dollars. And it's legislation I've introduced. It's calling the Ensuring Lawful Collection of Hidden Assets to Protect Order Act. Now, some of you, some of the more insightful and observant ones, may notice that those particular words are an acronym for the El Chapo Act. Now, what does the El Chapo Act do? Well, it says that we should take all of the money criminally forfeited from El Chapo and from other drug dealers and use it to pay for the wall. Now, where did this idea come from? Well, it came from actually press reports some time ago that said the total value of El Chapo's global criminal net worth was $14 billion. That's a whole lot of money. At the same time, I saw articles that said the cost to build a wall along the entire border was between $14 and $20 billion. Now, there's a natural and elegant symmetry there. What the El Chapo Act does is real simple. It takes the money, the billions that El Chapo made crossing the border illegally, and it takes that $14 billion and it uses it to pay for the wall. And the end result is we have the wall and we have an essential element to secure the border, and critically, not one penny comes from the U.S. taxpayers. We ought to take this up. This is common sense legislation, but I'm going to make a prediction right now. The Democrats aren't even willing to spend El Chapo's money to build the wall because politically they don't want to secure the border. That's not reasonable. That's not listening to the American people. And it's not what we need to do. But this is an easy solution to solve the problem.
An easy solution to solve the problem. Besides all the solutions here, I think it's a good solution. What about Ted Cruz's beard? That's a new thing, isn't it? Yeah, a little bit of a makeover after his Senate win against Beto O'Rourke. I know that you watch this show. You stand for America, okay? I know I've been critical of Cruz in the past, but I know his heart's in the right place. He wants to get the wall secured. Texas is his state. So let's get that border barrier going. And we'll take what Border Patrol grabbed last week to make the first payment. How's that sound? I mean, I think what he's talking about applying here is civil asset forfeiture, which is a very, very controversial practice in its own right, which drug dealers or people engage in the act of drugs or whatever, they can have their assets taken if they were acquired or the fruits of that drug money. So that's very a controversial application of the law. But for Ted Cruz to take it and spend it on the wall is pretty ingenious. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Comment below, and we'll see you with the next report. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi. I hope you enjoyed that report. Now it's time to have a serious conversation. What would you do if disaster strikes? Is your family ready? Earthquakes, hurricanes, grid failure, the Middle East war spiraling out of control. These are all real threats. So do not delay, okay? I don't want your family to perish in a disaster. Go to preparewithgary.com right now to prep your family if disaster strikes. Do not be caught off guard. You will regret not getting the survival food that I trust for my family at preparewithgary.com. Head on over there right now. The link is right below. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi. Thank you for watching that report. If you want more, subscribe to the channel by clicking on the Next News Network logo right here. You can also watch our latest news reports by clicking here, or you can get the latest breaking news by clicking here, or the most viral news on the channel, the news that Hillary and Obama hate, right here.